I had, I was waiting to go live, or we were about to go live, and all of a sudden, thank you very much. Welcome to Tuesday night, POPRAGEOUS. Tuesday night, POPRAGEOUS. My name is Daddy Alex. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. I was waiting to go live, and then all of a sudden, this thing pops up that StreamYard is having a problem going to Facebook. And I'm like, okay, what? And then 2 seconds to go live, boom. That was that little crazy opening. So, how are you guys doing? My name's Dan. I mentioned my name. I think my name's on screen there too. Right there. There I am. That's my name. That's my name. That's my name. Don't wear it out. What do we got? There we go. Tuesday night, deep in the dog days of summer. There's a lot going on in Hollywood. Holly Goofy Land. I like to say Holly Goofy Land. That's what it is. It's a little goofy. I spent 20 years in Los Angeles as a screenwriter. So if anyone knows the goofiness of Los Angeles, the stupidness of Los Angeles, it would be me. Or at least I have a little bit of insight. Hollywood is basically a whole bunch of little babies. But it's interesting, guys. It's interesting. I'll tell you what's interesting. Okay, little baby. I'll tell you what's interesting. Johnny Depp. It's not in the thumbnail. There's so much to talk about. Some of the stuff we're gonna have to actually talk about on Thursday, POPRAGEOUS, because there's just shit to talk about here. There's lots, right? Johnny Depp. Now, here's what I know about Johnny Depp, right? His big thing was with the management of Disney. Got some in my eye. The management with Disney. That was Johnny Depp's big problem, right? Johnny Depp, and rightfully so. If you were Johnny Depp, you would be seething as to what you had to go through with that Me Too bullshit. If I can just call it what it is, the Me Too bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? God bless Johnny Depp, right? God bless Johnny Depp. Just believe all women, right? So, I mean, I've dated a few women in my lifetime. Just believe all women, really? So, look, Johnny Depp, he took one for the team. He took one for the guys. And I think he was part of the reason that the stupidity. Anyway, they're talking to Johnny Depp. They're talking about Johnny Depp, about Pirates of the Caribbean, and I'll tell you why, and I tell you why this might actually happen. Green Lantern, we're going to talk season 1, episode 1 of the Green Lantern. Oh, jeez, I tell you, as a screenwriter, sometimes I think, was that all you could think of? That was it? Those were all your great ideas? That's it? All right, that's cool. I mean, that's all you can think of. I guess that's what you put in the screenplay. And it's incredible. It's incredible. And if you think he died at the end, we'll get to it. Star Trek. Oh my God. The depths to the, hey, Scotty. Greetings and salutations. Absolutely, my friend. Grape juice is going. Yeah. We're just getting started here, my friend. Star Trek, an utter disaster. We don't need to spend too much time on it. We'll spend a little bit of time on it to get, we'll get into the nitty gritty. We'll get into the meat and potatoes of that baby. Ahsoka. Look, Rosario Dawson. If you saw, I remember seeing Rosario Dawson on Alexander the Great, 2001 Alexander the Great. And she looked awesome. Like she looked, mwah. She was doing that sexy dance and everything for, Alexander. I mean, she looked amazing, right? She still looks good. Like she's a good looking, as she grows older, she's a good looking woman. As far as Ahsoka goes, I don't like tearing down the actress or the actors. I don't. But look, when it's warranted, I get into it, we'll do it. But we're going to talk Ahsoka. We got the trailer. We got the Ahsoka trailer. We got the Doomsday trailer. Yeah. We're gonna talk Doomsday. I love me talking some Doomsday. It's you know, I don't mind throwing some shit, or I don't mind if some shit's thrown at me. You know, I don't throw it. It'll hit. It'll like fade away. I mean, you know, as far as I'm concerned, Hollywood is a comedy show. This is a comedy show. This is nothing but a bunch of, you know. So I'm swinging. I'm swinging it. I'm swinging at every ball. Doesn't matter whether you throw it far outside. I'm swinging. I'm swinging at the pitch. All right, Hollywood, I'm swinging. Doomsday. We're gonna watch the trailer. Hugh Jackman. They're doing some sort of promotional stunt with Hugh Jackman. Got it. And there's maybe a couple of things we'll get into at the end, but we got to get going. We're gonna get busy. Yeah, that's how we do it, my friends. That's how we do it. We go to town. Scotty. Oops. 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 What does that mean? What is what could have happened that warranted an oops at your house, Scotty? Oh, was it Salvations? Oh, Salvations of a Jedi mind trick. I got you. I think I'm following. Yeah. Hope you're having a good night, Scotty, and everyone out there in the hopefully Facebook is up. I know right before I went live, they said StreamYard hit me with this thing. There's problems with Facebook. I guess I could say like Donald Trump, right? There's problems with Facebook. We're having some problems, people. We're having some problems. Cheers to your Tuesday night. It is like literally, it is deep into the dog days of summer. The dog days of summer are notorious for, well, I don't know, for lanterns, I guess. I don't know if you watch Lantern. Yeah, it's Prost. It is cheers, my friend. Skål, as we say in POPRAGEOUS land. Skål. Maybe take a little beverage. A little bit of red wine will soothe the soul. I don't know who said that. Well, I said that, as a matter of fact. There's also some Barbie news. There's a little bit of Barbie. There's a lot of little news trickling out. Like before I went live, I checked all the news feeds. I'm like, holy geez, all these little things are trickling out. So on the Thursday show, we're going to have to tackle some of this stuff. We're going to have some fun with it, right? Let's like pack up little meat pies and start throwing this stuff around, right? And look, I mean, I am the first one. I'm the first one that says, that understands, making a movie is freaking tough. I mean, I get sick and tired of watching people or hearing people in some of these little YouTube shows. It's just that easy. It's just that they just do this. It's easy. It's easy. Oh, fuck, if it's that easy, go write a freaking screenplay, bozo. Go write a screenplay if it's that easy. It's easy. Making a movie, it's easy. I don't know. It's easy, right, Scotty? Going to give gun rights back to nonviolent felons soon. Oh, yeah, I know. I know. Well, but here's the thing. Here's the thing that I'll argue as like I'm like, if anything, I'm like kind of a libertarian. The less government we have, the better. You know, I'm not a government guy. Government is. I think Ronald Reagan had it right when he said, I'm here from the government. I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Are the scariest words you will ever hear, my friends. And look, Trump is no fucking Ronald Reagan. I don't care if you like Trump or hate Trump. Trump is no Ronald Reagan. He is no Ronald Reagan. Scotty, I know that you're bringing it on. Look, part of it is one thing I will argue for that. Yeah, Reagan was freaking awesome. One thing that I would argue with that is, look, if you've done your time, If you've committed a crime and you've done your time, you've done your time. I've done my time. I've done my sentence. Theoretically speaking, at the end of your time, you should become kind of like a full citizen, right? Here's the punishment. It's not like the punishment ends here. The punishment continues for the rest of your life. Now, there's some crimes that you could argue, say, you know what, maybe it should carry for the rest of your life. Probably should. There's some stuff. I don't know. I'm not a gun guy, so I don't know. I'm not really. Yeah, I should put this on here, right? There we go. I try and stay out of the gun stuff and everything. I used to be a lot more political, like recently, like just 2-3 years ago. And I'm an economics guy. I'm an entertainment guy. I'm a screenwriter. I'm an entertainer. Creator, filmmaker. What the hell else do I do? Getting deep into politics doesn't really get you anywhere except in the mud. It gets you in the mud. I don't want to be in the mud. I get along with lefters, righters, centers. If you're too left wing, I probably won't get along with you. Like if you get into the woke and DEI shit, right? If you're into that stuff, get out of here. Get out of here. That's what I'm saying. Guys, it's POPRAGEOUS. We got to get busy, Scotty. We got to get busy into this stuff. Did you hear about Johnny Depp? Did you hear about Johnny? Well, Johnny's talking. Do I want to start with this? So, you know what? So here, let me just give you a little bit of update. Johnny Depp is not officially signed yet. But franchise producer Jerry Bruckheimer's confirmed the talks are underway with Depp to potentially return as Captain Jack Sparrow. But you have heard of me. In a sixth Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And why I think that is because all the people that Johnny really had an issue with are gone from Disney. They're gone. And thank God they're fucking gone from Disney. Bye-bye, Iger. What did Iger do? Nothing. He went out and he overpaid for everything. And then he let his franchisers get driven right into the ground. So that's why I think Johnny's saying, you know what? Iger's gone. Most of his lieutenants are gone. Even Kathleen Kennedy is gone. New slate, I'll talk. He is going to make a pretty penny, though, I'll tell you. He will hold them over the fire. Current status of the film, the producers update Jerry Bruckheimer stated that they are actively working on a screenplay and talking with Johnny Depp. That means that Johnny Depp has got some input in the screenplay if he's going to do it, hoping to make a deal. Depp's role, reports indicate that the next film may serve as an evolution or soft reboot of the franchise, likely centering on a new lead protagonist. It's the handoff. This is the handoff, if I can call it that, with Depp returning in a supporting or secondary capacity. If you've guessed that it was Margot Robbie, yeah, those are still the rumors, right? Those are still the things up in discussion. Official agreement? No final contracts have been signed. But you know what? I wonder if I could pull this up. Okay, hold on, Jerry. Jerry, speak when I tell you to speak. I gotta tell Jerry Bruckheimer, you will speak when I tell you to speak. Do I want to play this? I don't know if I want to play it. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about here. Let me put this here. Add to stage. There we go. Of course, geeks and gamers, they freaking love their advertising. Holy jeez. I should have got this article from a different website. Jerry Bruckheimer confirms talks with Johnny Depp for Pirates of the Caribbean return. And of course, Scotty said, do I think they'll keep it woke free? Pirates, I think, yeah, Johnny Depp. I think if he's got input into the movie, I'm pretty sure that they will keep it woke free. As far as woke free can be. Fast and Furious doing another movie. Oh yeah, well I don't. Yeah, Fast and Furious. Like that's all they got, right? That's all that. What's his name? The head dude there. That's all these guys. That's all he's got to play. I mean, so it's like, all right. Another. Jerry Bruckheimer confirms talks with Johnny Depp for Pirates of the Caribbean return. There he is, Captain Jack Sparrow. The Black Pearl may be sailing with her rightful captain again, as producer Jerry Bruckheimer confirmed that he is in talks with Johnny Depp to return as Captain Jack Sparrow in the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Bruckheimer, whose legendary Hollywood history goes back to the 1980s, attended this week's D23 Fan Expo and was approached by Deadline, who asked him about the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie and whether he was in talks with Johnny Depp to return, making sure to mention Depp's appearance at the San Diego Comic-Con in character to promote Ty West's upcoming adaptation of Charles Dickens' classic Christmas Story. I'm looking forward to that one. I am. I'm looking forward. I want to go see it. I want to go see some Johnny Depp. Classic Christmas Story, Scrooge, Christmas Carol. Bruckheimer replied that he and other producers are talking to Johnny and working on a screenplay in the hopes that they can get the movie done. There, that's this. So this is the interview. This is the Jerry Bruckheimer interview. So let's listen.
Pirates of the Caribbean 6. What's going on there? We had Johnny Depp show up as Ebenezer, make a splash at Comic-Con. People were super excited. So what can you say about Pirates of the Caribbean 6? Are you talking to Johnny about coming back as Captain Jack? What's going on?
We're talking to Johnny. We're working on a screenplay, and hopefully we can get this done.
There you go. That's the news. What more do you want? I mean, we can go deeper into it. This news came up. Yep. I'd like to see Johnny Depp. I'd like to see him with his llamas though as well. I want to see him get 100 llamas and a big fat paycheck for Johnny Depp if he does Pirates. I'd love to see him Pirates. This is going to be a handoff. Margot Robbie. Like if anyone could pull off Pirates, Scotty, I think if anyone could pull off Pirates, it's probably Margot Robbie, I guess. But does she have that swagger, that charisma? I don't think I would want to take on a role that Johnny Depp made legendary, because you're not going to beat him, right? You're not going to get to that level of Johnny Depp. I mean, that is just legendary. What the hell's going on down there? I got this carpet, and then my chair sinks into this, so it's all bad. So Johnny Depp, we'll see. We're on Thursday, on the Thursday show. I'll see if I can uncover some more stuff on the Johnny Depp coming back on a 6th Pirates of the Caribbean. I would love Johnny Depp to come back, but I'm a fan of Johnny Depp. I absolutely, as a man, as a concerned citizen, I think what Johnny Depp did for the average citizen in taking that liar. Look, the Me Too movement and the whole bullshit of believe all women, fuck off. I mean, seriously, fuck off with the believe. Thank you, Johnny Depp. Thank you. That's all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens with if anything develops into the Thursday show. So Barbie 2, we're gonna talk. So on Thursday, we're gonna talk more about the Barbie. Bobby. I don't want to play that. I mean, I don't know if you guys seen Barbie. I have. It was I went to the theater in Los Angeles. Do you remember the little Johnny Rotten jokes back in the day? I don't think I do. Do I? Probably if I hear them. Johnny D be good? Johnny D be good? Did I miss something in my prior life? Sounds like I may have. Do you know what I am a huge Rush fan, right? I'm a huge Rush fan. Have been since I was, 13, 12, since 1979. Maybe Farewell to Kings. Was that 78? When was Farewell to Kings? And all of my videos. So when I go onto YouTube and I punch up videos, I get everything Rush. And of course, when you click on something, so you click on a Rush video, you get more Rush videos, and on and on and on. So, I'm really loving it because I love Getty and Alex Lifes. And look, losing Neil Peart, as if you need pronunciation of his, it wasn't Peart. I always thought it was Peart. I always thought Rush, it was like Neil Peart. I did. I think most people did. Neil Peart. But Getty always Peart. And if anyone's gonna know how to pronounce, go Getty. Damn right, go Getty. Oh, I'm gonna put that on. Sorry about that. There we go. Go Getty. I love watching the interviews with Rush, Getty Lee and Alex, and also the drummer. What's her name? I keep forgetting the drummer's name. She is freaking awesome. But I see so many videos, and I always click on them, and I always watch a good percentage of them. But always, probably if I was going to say which band have I been the longest fan of and still am a fan, it's got to be Rush. Rush has got to be going on for what? 50, almost 50 years. 48 year fan of Rush. 48, 47, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Right around there, right? But yeah, huge. Skål. Cheers to Rush. Yep. What is this? What's this article? Oh, right. That's Ahsoka. Right. The excuse me, clear my throat. Green Lantern. I don't know how many of you guys watch Green Lantern. You know what? I'm gonna pull up. I did not even check. I did not check the Flix Patrol for see if Green Lantern actually made it. So we're looking for HBO TV shows. Oh wow! You know what? This isn't bad. Actually, it's kind of impressive. Let me share this with you guys. It's way better than Star Trek. It is way better than Star Trek. So this is Flix Patrol, and they monitor how many how many people have watched the TV show. It's real time. So this is did you watch it, Scotty? Number 3, Lanterns is number 3. At $3.99. Like, that's a pretty big score. That's not bad. Look at House of the Dragon. It's been over for over a week. House of the Dragon has been over for about eight, nine days. And House of the Dragon is still number 1. I think there's enough meat and potatoes in House of the Dragon to make people continue to watch. Especially, there's a couple of episodes, the final episode. But Lanterns, the first episode of Lanterns. I don't know. Oh, what's going on? There we go. So the first episode of Lanterns. I gotta turn that back on. There we go. The first episode of Lanterns. I mean, it really is. I mean, there's so many things. There's so many things. I mean, the biggest problem I had with Lanterns is the overall feel. I kind of and the trailers nailed exactly what you kind of feel in the first episode. It's kind of it's kind of like a steak and potatoes. A bare bones is not even that good, right? It's like pork and potatoes, unsalted potatoes. But it's a basic delivery of a character in a way that I don't think personally that I would have made him that abrasive. There's a lot of F-bombs. There's a lot of I mean, Hal Jordan is basically, he's overly sloppy. He's not, I didn't like the way he ultimately came across, and I didn't like the way the world built. We got a vegan, right? They made Jon Stewart a vegan, which is funny because I am literally in a protein only diet. And you got Jon Stewart, who was like built, right? The guy that's following up with Hal Jordan. He's absolutely built. You didn't watch it, Scotty? Well, I don't blame you. But he's a vegan. So here you're a vegan, and I don't know what the point of that was. Why do you mention I'm a vegan? Did you want a steak? Oh, I'm a vegan. Why do you mention it unless you have a desire or a reason to make that suggestion? Who cares? It's like in Star Trek, in the first episode, when they went and they stunned the T-Rex, they had to mention that the T-Rex was a female. It's a female. You had to mention it, right? Had to mention it. Makes no sense. I mean, John has basically no personality. I mean, it could be because they're making him like a strict little military guy. Nothing basically happens when you start thinking. When I talk, especially Green Lantern, right? There's got to be something there that makes you go, okay, this is a superhero TV show, right? This is a TV show it's about superheroes, but there's nothing in this episode that makes you go, yeah, that's Hal Jordan. I mean, Ryan Reynolds in the movie, made you feel a lot more that, okay, yeah, you know what, Green Lantern. And Green Lantern is one of the most powerful superheroes. I know they always want to. Vegan, like you got to save the animals. No, I'm a meat eater. I literally eat no carbs. I just eat meat, right? That's my thing. I am the exact opposite of Jon Stewart. But never once do I come on and say, except now, in direct opposition to Jon Stewart's lifestyle, I like cow. I do. I like cow.
So say we all. So say we all. So say we all. So say we all.
I mean, the casting actually sets itself up to be pretty good, but there's very small stakes to start off with. Just the way the Green Lantern, Lantern. Am I allowed to say Green Lantern? I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to say Green Lantern. Lantern, right? His best idea to get to this alien who is now in custody is to get into a bar fight. The whole thing, it's all nonsensical. Like when you think if this was a highly matured Hal Jordan, this was his best idea to get into a bar fight with a bunch of guys so he could get locked up. He didn't even get close. I mean, it's asinine. The strong characters are female, right? You got a female sheriff, and then of course you get a female judge because you got to have the female power. And did Hal Jordan die in the end? No, I'll guarantee you. I'll tell you why. As a screenwriter, they made a big deal. They made such a big deal about Hal Jordan being able to create things with his. He created a can opener. He created a $20 bill. It was a lighter. He created another. There was another Hal Jordan that was created, and basically all these things go into the believability that Hal Jordan at the end, dead Hal Jordan. And I think Jon Stewart probably knows that that's not Hal Jordan. First off, Hal Jordan he wouldn't be killed by a bullet. It's like Spider-Man. I don't think Spider-Man would have been hit by a bullet. I don't think so. And the last thing you're going to see is Green Lantern sitting on a high school, whatever little thing, frozen with a little bullet through his head. No, that's one of he's conjured that up with the ring, right? He's made that up thinking he wants everyone to think he's dead. That's the whole thing. He'll probably be gone in episode 2. Because if you go into IMDb, it shows him as 8 episodes and Jon Stewart as 9 episodes. And of course, he eventually, if you know the story about Hal Jordan, he becomes Parallax. He actually does die eventually. He becomes Parallax and becomes the Spectre. Then he comes back in Green Lantern Rebirth in 2004. I don't know how far they're going to take, but ultimately, did I like Green Lantern? For Sunday night viewing, I would have much rather had another episode of House of the Dragon. I would. Lanterns. I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to say Green Lantern, right? There's something missing, and it's the world building that makes a superhero world feel grandiose. It doesn't feel grandiose, even with the Penguin. You guys see the Penguin there on in the DC? The Penguin they only did one season because it was so popular. It was so well done, so we don't want to do a second season of the Penguin. I don't know if you've seen the Penguin, Scotty, but it was. I love me some. But they won't do a remake of that. I think James Gunn is screwing up majorly. This has, unless it gets better, this Lanterns is like, you know what? If you need to watch something on a Sunday, I guess you could watch it, right? The characters are somewhat entertaining, but it is so small, right? In the case of, it feels so small. The world building feels small. I mean, the whole idea, like John has no personality, or a very sterile personality. Small stakes. I mean, the logic dealing with the bar fight and then the interrogation scene, which logically didn't make sense. To its ultimate conclusion when they walk up there and they see with Hal Jordan frozen and dead with a bullet to the head. Hard to believe. So it's something, I don't know, we'll have to wait for episode 2. But it's not, I don't think it's a great way to start it has promise. Is that like the best thing I can maybe say? Are they going to expand? You can't just take the season opener and say, okay, here's what it is and here's why I don't like it. The world building is small. Well, maybe they start off with that. And it would make sense if they start off with a smaller type of a world. And then they open it up. They slowly start making it larger and larger as they introduce the audience to larger and larger aspects of the world. But we won't know until we go through the season. I don't like sort of the logic of the screenwriting. The whole idea of getting to a bar fight so I can get arrested and then dealing with the consequences of a $200,000 bill. Like, it's just self-inflicted wounds. And it doesn't make sense for a superhero at the level of Green Lantern to have to go through. It makes no sense. No sense. Scotty says, I suspect Hollywood is intentionally trying to destroy entertainment and replace with propaganda movies. Well, I think the movies are the propaganda, Scotty. I think that is exactly what they're trying to do. Right? I think the movies are the propaganda. Like vegan, right? you had to put in there Miss Old Justice League tunes. I know. I remember that on Saturday mornings. I do. Yeah. But you got to think too. I mean, you think Green Lantern, he was made 50, 60. These superheroes were made at a time that was very different than today. I mean, you do have to kind of think. You just can't just go with the comic book and say, this is the character. Like, you got to have some modernization of these characters. And I'm not talking about a modern audience and get them woke and, get them transgender and crap like that. Definitely not saying that. But there's got to be some, the story needs to evolve. It needs to go forward. It needs to progress. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see with episode 2 next Sunday. That will be next Sunday. Where are we here? Star Trek. I just want to touch on Star Trek. I might tomorrow night go over it more with Dimension Zero being, sci-fi and all that. Star Trek has hit the utter bottom when it comes to. I mean, it's unbelievable what Alex Kurtz. Do you watch Star Trek, Scotty? We're old. If they do it right, it would be different. I think from like the logic of screenwriting, the logic of storytelling, and taking these meta humans or humans with meta abilities and turning it into something that is entertaining beyond just basic storytelling. I mean, like, you don't want to judge an entire season by the first episode. I mean, you could with Star Trek. Yeah, but you could judge. Look, episode. So Star Trek. Oh my God, guys. And I didn't even get any. There's nothing to talk about. Let me do Flix Patrol, because how many people are watching Star Trek? If you're going to ask yourself, how many people are watching Star Trek? It's not that many. It's me and like 2 other people. There we go. Let me share this thing. There we go. Here we go. So this is Flix Patrol. So sensitive. So sensitive. So there you see TV shows on Paramount. Again, Linus at number 1, South Park at number 2, Yellowstone. And there we go, all the way at the bottom. Remember this thing, Star Trek Strange New Worlds episode 4 is way down there at number 10 at 35. 35. Number 10, 35. How low is 35? Yeah, we got it. Top TV shows on Netflix. They start with 584. They end at 115. Just to give you a scale comparison. TV shows on HBO Max, 547, going down to 50. But look, this is Star Trek. Star Trek should be at number 1, number 2, number 3. It's Star Trek. If Lanterns, it shows you how far Star Trek has fallen. Lanterns, which is a DC Universe release, is at $3.99, and look, the season opener of Star Trek hit number 9, like that was, or maybe number 8 on Flix Patrol. That was the highest it's ever got. So, tough. Oh, they have wrecked Star Trek. They have wrecking Trek. They've destroyed. Alex Kurtzman has taken Star Trek, and he's basically laid the boots to the franchise. It's really hard to understand how one person, like when you think about it, it's one person that has taken a franchise that has been built by thousands of people, and that's what's kind of crazy about the whole thing. Star Trek, when you go back to the 1960s and you take Gene Roddenberry, you take all the actors and actresses, all the writers and everyone that started with the original series. Then you go to the movies that was with the original cast. Then you go to the Next Generation. You go to DS9. You go to the Enterprise. It starts getting bad, right? You get to Voyager. Part of Voyager did start to get bad. I thought it started to get bad. I was not a huge Voyager fan. Discovery was a joke. Still is a joke. I mean, it has to stop being a joke. I mean, I always point to season 2, episode 1. That's the episode to really get a good idea of how bad this TV show is. And then we had, what do we have? Section 31. Like that was, oh my God. All right. I don't know if you watched, Scotty, if you watched Section 31, but. Yeah. And then we had Starfleet Academy. Now we have Strange New Worlds. And on Thursday, we have the puppet episode. So this was basically the Star Trek episode 4 of season 4. I mean, the science is so stupid. It is utterly stupid. Where you have you have this, it's all black and white. Everyone's seeing it as black and white because they use this concept or idea of radiation coming from a star. It can't happen. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like these are Melrose Place writers on Star Trek. They try to take the most basic, it's like kids. Imagine like a 6-year-old kid talking about science. This is what the writers of Star Trek infused into the series. It is utterly despicable. So they had this Casablanca. They get to this planet, which is controlled by the Klingons. And it's an entire Casablanca show, right? Black and white. It's all, oh my God. I had a hard time following it. Because I just didn't care. I think I fell asleep once or twice. And I had no desire to rewatch it. And I won't rewatch it. But the next episode, I mention this because I want to keep covering Star Trek. I started covering Star Trek. So let's finish covering Star Trek. The next episode, my friends, is it's the puppet episode.
You're nothing but garbage! That's what you are! You're garbage!
Okay, well. The next one is the puppet episode. The transporter somehow turns the crew into puppets. We are less than a day and a half away. Am I looking forward to it? In a way, I am. I want to see how bad, how stupid, how asinine Star Trek is going to get in episode 5, season 4. And the crazy thing is, we still have an entire season that's ready to go. Season 5. It's a shorter season. Voyager started strong, tapered off, and that's what they always do, right? They always do that, Scotty. Section 31 figured it would suffer the same fate. Oh my God. That is so painful to watch, Section 31. It's like a really bad B movie. It's really bad. And Star Trek, look, right now, the state of Star Trek is that it's basically annihilated. Star Trek has been wiped off the map. It's over for Star Trek. They need to take everything from J.J. Abrams and Alex Kurtzman and literally just erase it. Just wipe it off. Everything that Alex Kurtzman had his paws on has to be just put into the whole Kelvin universe and just ejected like a warp core gone bad. That's what, literally, just eject it. And the biggest travesty, I think this is the most crazy thing about Hollywood, is Hollywood allowed this to go on. For how long? Like, how long has Kurtzman been there? 16 years? He's been with doing Star Trek stuff for 16 years, 17 years. And the powers that be, the stupid, asinine people that run these companies. I don't know how they get to run them. I have no idea how these people get to CEO of Paramount. I don't think David Ellison is doing a much better job. I don't think he's going to do a much better job if the Warner deal goes through, which I hope it doesn't. I really don't. Let Warner be on its own. The thing makes Warner nets $5, $6, $7 billion per year. It's one of the most profitable studios, paying down its debt in a crazy way that I've never seen before. But if they don't close the deal, Paramount has to pay $7 billion breakup fee. A $7 billion breakup fee. Could you imagine? That means Paramount, David Ellison, would have tried to have purchased Warner Brothers. They bought nothing, but they spent $10 billion trying. Could you imagine spending $10 billion and buying nothing? That is literally where David Ellison is with Paramount. I don't think they know what looking stupid is. Do these people worry about looking stupid? You'd have to think that they think in their great wisdom when they're trying to make decisions for Star Trek, that they think that the decisions that they're making are the ones that are going to help benefit the franchise. I don't know. I don't get it, Scotty. I don't get it. So the next episode, we'll take a look at the puppet episode up next on Thursday, guys. Season 4, episode 5. We've got puppets. We've got puppets in Star Trek. It's true. It's true. That's where this is all going. It's flowing hard and fast to the puppet episode. Star Trek puppets. I don't know. It's let me do some maintenance here. There we go. Okay. Oh, so yeah, that's it. That's it for Star Trek. That's all I want to say about Star Trek. It's almost like there's almost nobody watching Star Trek. And you think, what's the point of even talking about it if no one's watching it? The numbers are so low. And look, I mean, because the show is so bad, it has nothing to do with Star Trek. The first episode, we had dinosaurs. The second episode, we had Event Horizon. The third episode was basically, the hangover, but going like getting high on some other planet through hallucinogenic oxygen. Okay. And now the fourth one, we have Casablanca. There's no original ideas. There's nothing here that piques the mind, that piques the interest, that piques the science of the individual. This is utter shit garbage TV. Star Trek Strange New Worlds is utter shit garbage TV. And that's the way I'm going to leave it until the next episode. But I love Angus. I'm gonna say I love Anus Mounts, Mr. Mount, the captain of. Look, I think he could be a pretty good captain if he had the right TV, if he had the right scripts. He could be a good captain. He has charisma, but the hair is perfect. Everything is perfect. His dialogue. He doesn't even appear in some of the episodes. This is Captain Pike, right? Doesn't even appear. It's a full-on fledged female takeover of Star Trek. It really is. It really is. Now, if you like that, great. Good on you. For me, it's so blatantly obvious. Scotty, this is what, no original thinking, but it's also, everything has to do with females. It's all female driven. It's all female. All the decisions are from females. All the major plot devices are from the females. And it's a conscious decision. And Alex Kurtzman made that comment himself, that he was going to do that, a long time ago. And he's following through with it. And he ain't hitting a home run, baby. He ain't hitting a home run. But that's it. Alex Kurtzman, the sooner you're gone, baby, holy shit, the better we will all be. Woke out, baby. We gotta leave. We gotta leave. We gotta leave Star Trek. We gotta. We gotta leave Star Trek behind. Oh, painful. Barbie 2. Did you hear Barbie 2? Scotty, did you go watch Barbie? The first Barbie? Let's see if I can. I mean, this is. We'll probably cover more of this on Thursday. I mean, it's worth, but we'll touch on it. We'll touch on it. We'll just touch on it. But the headline is Barbie 2 in crisis. Sequel could be shelved amid pay battle and crumbling deal talks. There we go. I can only imagine that it deals in a lot of ways with the stars. Margot Robbie, and I think that's what happens when you get you get this massive, incredible success in certain movies. It makes you wonder. Well, it makes the stars get power and they want the cash. So if your next movie is going to have something similar, they want the money, right? Barbie 2 in crisis, sequel could be shelved. We're going to touch on that on Thursday. That is Thursday's. That's Thursday's show. So we'll see what. Well, hey, there we go. We'll see what develops over the next couple of days with Barbie 2. And that happens a lot, right? You get one successful TV or movie, the actors are demanding probably some percentages, some back end. They're demanding a big salary. You could probably get away with Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, right? Those are the two people that you really got to have for the movie. Did I think it was a bad movie? Actually, I thought it was a really good movie because it hit its audience, right? That's what you've got to. It's not whether you. It's almost in this case. It's not whether you liked it or not. They didn't make the movie for me. Oh, we gotta make sure that Danny there, there in Los Angeles, that he enjoys this movie. No, they didn't make it for me. They made it for women. They made it for girls. Did they hit their audience? They did. But you don't have to like it. But was it successful? Oh, yeah. It was well done. For its audience, right? For its audience. And I think that's a really important distinction. But anyway, there's pay battles, crumbling deal talks. I probably think that they will find a way to get it done, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of money on the table, and it's basically who is going to get what part of the pie or what piece of the pie. Once they work that out, so that maybe they can get Star Wars. Let's talk some Star Wars. Star Wars, like the DC universe, like Star Trek, as you know, Star Wars. Scotty, I think you're a Star Wars fan, are you not, Scotty? I think you are, right? Like some Star Wars. Not some recent Star Wars, though. Not Disney Lucasfilm Star Wars, which is pretty much a disaster, right? It's a fan disaster. It really is incredible how they destroyed this thing. But now Dave Filoni, like, he's got this big thing. He's got this big thing for Ahsoka and Sabine. I mean, he really does. He really does. And so Dave Filoni, we got a trailer. Oh, shoot, where did I put that trailer? Oh, no. Okay, you know what? Totally forgot. I downloaded it. We are going to YouTube. We'll just, I downloaded it, but I totally forgot. to put into the show files, but that's okay. There we go. We're ready. Let's see if we get this. So there's a brand new, the first teaser trailer, they're calling it, for Ahsoka. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm gonna make myself a little smaller here. There we go. So this is the latest trailer for Ahsoka. Let's watch it.
Tell me, Ahsoka. What troubles you?
Now, I do think this younger Ahsoka, I think she plays this role really well. It's almost like maybe you guys should have just did an entire couple of seasons with the younger Ahsoka, I guess. Not that Rosario Dawson doesn't do well, but I guess you know what? It's the script. It's the screenwriting. It's the scripts that ultimately are the absolute. I don't know about ridiculous. They are lacking, right? It's missing a lot of intensity. It's like a lot of standing around talking about stuff with a very little actually that goes on.
I'm always walking by your side.
Citizens of the glorious empire, I have returned. I took an oath to protect the empire. I therefore declare war on the Rebel Alliance.
I mean, I think for diehard Star Wars fans, I don't know if Thrawn comes close to the of what he should be, or what basically Star Wars has already shown us what Thrawn should be. Even in the first season, like, he was such a, okay, is he supposed to be the main antagonist? Is that what you're trying to come up with? Because he's pretty sleepy. He's a pretty sleepy antagonist. I don't know what they got planned for him, but so far in the first season, Thrawn was underwhelming. In this trailer, he feels underwhelming.
Out of vision. What did you see? War.
Had a vision. What did you see? War. War. That's all I saw. War. That was it. I guess probably should have had the laughter on that one. What did you see? I saw war. All right. Well, I guess that's the visuals. The visuals seem to line up with that.
More and more danger than I thought.
Balin claimed to have knowledge of a power.
Master!
One that could end wars.
And so with Balin, well, he's being played by the Hound, right? McCann, what's his name? McCann? Forgot his name. By the big guy who played the Hound. He's being played by, and I think that's actually it's a pretty good pick. Of course, we lost Ray Stevenson a couple of years ago. Had to be, so you know what? I think it's a pretty good choice.
A long time ago, I walked away from the Jedi.
This is your trial, Ahsoka. Take your time to decide. Are you a Jedi? Or not?
One thing I will say, I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. There you go. That is Ahsoka, my friends. Season 2. It looks, one thing I will say from the trailer from the trailer, it does look better than season 1. It does. At least it looks better than season 1. I don't know what that means. I don't. Because I'm not going to go out and, if we're going to take the same characters, obviously Ahsoka, you're right, the Ahsoka. We're gonna get a lot more of that this season. Sabine, who is probably the most irritating Star Wars character. I mean, the whole idea of her using the Force, and again, it's female centric. It's the same thing. It's all female centric for a franchise that has 90% male fandom, or 86%. I think Star Wars right now is an 86% male fandom. But again, they make it female centric. It's the same thing with Star Trek. They make it female centric. And that's fine. You know what? If you want to do that and you're wondering why you're losing your male audience, if you don't see yourself on screen, you guys, all these woke people, all these people, DEI people, they always say, well, finally they could see. So if the average male does not see himself on screen, is there any point to go see it? I don't know. I don't know. That's every great character they try to make in Star Wars now is a female, right? That's what they try and do. Every great character is a female. I mean, who is a great male character that they're bringing up? In even Star Trek or Star Wars. I think MCU, interestingly enough, MCU has learned their lesson. I think Kevin Feige, when he looked at he said, you know what, geez, I really screwed up. Robert, I'll give you $100 million to come back. I'll give you Robert, I'll give you $100 million to come back. Russo's, I'll give you $100 million to come back. Thor, I'll give you. I don't know what they're paying Thor. What are they paying Thor? Let me check. What is Chris Hemsworth being paid in Doomsday? Oh, 40 million. He's making 40 million. How do we get this? Look at that. 40 million. How much is Chris Hemsworth being paid for Avengers Doomsday? 40 million bucks, my friends. 40 million. He probably gets like a percentage. Okay, a small percentage on the back end. I don't know. But he probably does, right? He probably does. Scotty, How would you like to be Chris Hemsworth, right? And I guess I guess if the chick is, that's true. That's true. That's true. That is very true. Yeah. And I guess what Chris Hemsworth said. Oh wait, we're still on Star Wars, aren't we? Doesn't matter. I guess Chris Hemsworth said, I will not do this role if the character has anything to do with like Thor Love and Thunder or Endgame. Thor has to be, and he wouldn't do it. Granted, I think that's the right way because they made an ass of that character, right? Thor became an ass of the MCU. And I think Chris Hemsworth said, I don't need the money. But if you want, no one's gonna fill Chris Hemsworth's shoes in the MCU. There's no way. There's no way. You'd have to do a full reboot to try and get someone new into Chris Hemsworth's shoes for Thor. But I think he has a lot to do. A lot of these characters have a lot to do with Doomsday maybe coming back on track. But I'm telling you, Feige realized it, right? Feige realized it's like, holy jeez, I'm getting my ass handed to me. Like we started off with we started things off back there with Captain Marvel, and we started to get into, the everything in the early 2020s, all the all the TV shows, everything that they try to shove down our throats. They were so confident. They thought that the power of Marvel, we were going to have more female superheroes than males. Oh, well, you went with that, right? You went hard with that. You went hard with that philosophy. And how did that turn out, right? Hey, Kevin Feige. How did that turn out? Hey, Angie. Do you think Keanu Reeves would play a great Darth Revan? And if you've watched Mall Shadow, I did watch a little bit of Mall Shadow. Lord, do you think that the pink Twiki Devon will become? You know what? I'm not gonna jump into that one because I don't know enough on that, Angie. I don't. I did watch a little bit of Dark Maul. Do I think Keanu Reeves would play a great Darth Revan? Someone else asked me this. Someone else asked me this exact question, and it's the question of the perception of age versus what someone is playing. I'm a huge Keanu Reeves fan. Huge. Do I think? Look, the fact that there's so many people that would applaud that casting choice, especially diehard fans, right? People that are really into the meat and potatoes of the fandom. Because I've had a number of people tell me that was their choice. It makes you think that, but it comes with a big price, Angie. Are they willing to pay that kind of money? That's the question. And I know Hollywood. I've been there for 20 years. I know what their ideology is, their mentality, their business people, and it has to be a business, but it would depend on, could they get the numbers to work? That would be the question. Would I like to see it? I would like to see it. I think that would bring some much needed star power into the franchise. It's the kind of star power that makes sense. It fits, it works. And especially when the diehard fans say, this is what I'd like to see, or this might be a good idea. Now, not everyone agrees. Not everyone's going to agree. Some people are going to say that's a bad idea. If that was me, I apologize. I don't know what channels I have, and I haven't been on my bad. Sorry. What? Huh? That was yeah. Were you on a different Star Wars channel? Well, we were talking to Star Wars, so. But anyway, that's what I think. I don't know what these are. It always. Most of the time, it boils down to money. Keanu Reeves is a big name. He's not going to show up for a few $100,000. He'll show up for a few $1 million, right? That's. He doesn't need the money. He picks and chooses the things that he wants to do. I don't know what his schedule is filled with right now, but. I heard that Abeloth might be coming into Ahsoka season 2, and Natalie Portman might be returning as Padme for Abeloth, and will take Padme's form to deceive Anakin. I mean, I don't know, right? These are all. So you're starting to talk about things that we don't know. These are all things that ultimately they're rumors. But this is what's the Star Wars brass. This is what they want, right? They want to have the discussion. They want to talk about the what ifs. What we do know. What's his name? I mean, so you take a look at the casting change for Ray Stevenson, which is the Hound. We know that's happening. Ultimately, where they're going to take season 2 of Ahsoka, I don't know. But I do like. There are some things that give me hope for Ahsoka season 2. But the way that Filoni writes makes me a little concerned with the storyline, the consistency of the storyline, the antagonist Thrawn, how they're going to sort of bring what new characters they are going to bring into it. I don't know. I don't know, Angie. You didn't answer my Maul Shadow Lord Devon Tarth question. I think I did. I don't know. I don't know enough. I don't know enough to answer that question. I watched the first 3 episodes of Darth Maul, and I'm not a diehard Star Wars lore person. I know that people that love Darth Maul. I know that they're talking about other Darth Maul stuff, and Dave Filoni loves Darth Maul, loves him, but it's still a secondary character. It's a secondary character in the main universe that is desperately trying to stay alive through secondary characters. Ahsoka right now is a secondary character. Darth Maul is a secondary character in the sense that how we've seen the main characters through the movies. Now, on the TV side, you could argue that these are the main characters on the TV side, but the fan lore ideas or the fan lore, like that's something I'm not a Star Wars expert. I watch Star Wars, but I don't know. I'm not going to jump into something that I don't. I don't pay attention to the Star Wars channels. I go on when I said I don't know what channels I have and haven't been on. Gotcha. Gotcha, Angie. So I don't know. So here's the thing. What I would like to see with Star Wars, I'll watch Ahsoka, and I will give it a chance. I will give it a chance. They need to create new characters at the movie level. A new storyline at the movie level. At least this is for me from being in Hollywood for 20 years and being a screenwriter. Why was Star Wars so successful right from the get-go? Because you had Han, Luke, Leia, Chewbacca, all those characters came in and they started a story thread that was so powerful that it literally sparked the entire Star Wars franchise. And since then, it's all been diluted to the point where does anyone care about all these characters that have been diluted that we don't know what the main storyline is? It's like there should be a main storyline. Here's the main story that everything is sort of branching off of, and stick to a timeline or stick to an age, whether you want it to be the old empire, whether you want it to be the First Order or whatever it is. What I would do as a screenwriter, I would say, look, here is our main storyline. You need someone to control the canon. You need someone to control the storylines. You need someone to control the secondary characters that some of these tertiary stories are made from. Otherwise, it comes in and it all feels like slop. And that's what Star Wars feels like right now. It all kind of feels like slop. And it's too bad. It's too bad. But I know that there's a lot of Darth Maul fans out there. There's a lot of Darth Maul fans. And I don't know. Well, that was a Star Wars departure. But it's but for it's a similar thing that's going on with the MCU. If turn it into an analogy with the MCU, they lost their way in a serious. I mean, they destroyed themselves with Kang. They destroyed the universe because they thought that the hubris. I think that's what it is. It's hubris. Kathleen Kennedy came in. She had hubris. She felt that she could write anything, do anything. Kevin Feige thought he could write anything, do anything because the franchise was bigger than the fandom. Guess what? It's not. It's not. And with Star Wars, Ahsoka, I don't know what the main draw. Starfighter's coming out. Like, how do you take Starfighter down? Do you think that Starfighter is gonna come? Is Ryan Gosling? Are they trying to? That was my thought. Are they trying to set up Ryan Gosling as the new Han Solo, as a Han Solo character that's gonna anchor a whole? But Levy has said that this has nothing to do with anything in the Star Wars universe. Is it a one-off? Is there any point to making a one-off movie in Star Wars? I mean, I don't know. It just seems like they're just throwing things at the wall randomly, and whatever sticks, sticks. It has no coherence. It has no story that you could start. It has little individual threads like Dark Maul. You could go Ahsoka, Mandalorian, but none of these things come together in a larger story. That to me is the problem. There's no main storyline that all of these things, these tentacles, these sub stories are feeding. What the deuce? Where is Adama?
So say we all. So say we all. So say we all. So say we all.
Ah, right there, brother. Right there, my friend. So we'll see. We'll see with Ahsoka. I'll give it a chance. The first season, I think it'd be like a 5, 5.5, maybe a 6 at best. I mean, it's been so long. What's it been? 3.5 years? 3.5 years for now. Now we're getting another. Look, if you can't even make a decision on a second season, if it takes you almost 4, it'll be 4 years, almost 4 years when it comes out. 4 years. It took you 4 years to get a second season out. What's the point? I don't know what the point is. Yeah, we liked it. You know what? Green light a second season. Let's get this baby out. 18 months at most after the end of the first season. That's what I would think, right? But they can't even do that. 4 years after the end of season 1 for Ahsoka. They've got exactly rock on. They've got season 2 of Ahsoka. That's what Star Wars is down to. And I love the people that loves Darth Maul and stuff like that. But these are side characters that have no huge impact on the overall tenure of the franchise. You need to have brand new anchor characters that anchor the entire franchise. And that means a major movie where you get new characters that are to the level of Han Solo, Luke. And that takes some impressive screenwriting. That really does. That takes some impressive screenwriting, to say the least. It really does. Being a screenwriter, I think that's at least the one thing that I would know. So on, I want to play this. So let's get it. So on in the, where are we here? Where there it is. There it is. In the MCU, I don't know what this is. This is something that I know that they are. There's some sort of promotional thing with this, and I don't know the angle because this wouldn't happen out of the blue, and it wouldn't happen the way it's happening. Hugh Jackman asks for Avengers Doomsday role at D23. Have you seen this? With Ryan Reynolds' help. Like, okay, this really feels staged, right? I don't know what they're planning, but Avengers Doomsday has wrapped principal photography, but one Marvel legend is still trying to claw his way into the movie. Along with his new best friend, during a presentation at D23, a video played featuring Hugh Jackman asking to play Wolverine in Avengers Doomsday, although he was being egged on by his most recent co-star, Ryan Reynolds. So, to me, this is a promotion. And he's looking old in this. Like honestly, I think I am 3 or 4 years older than this guy. Like, he's looking pretty old. I don't want to say it, but anyway, here it is. This is kind of funny.
Dude, I don't want to do this.
Just do it.
I've already done filming. This is
Do
silly.
it. Or maybe the next one is called Deadpool and Spider-Man and literally everyone except Wolverine.
Who are you? Like, what? That's both hurtful and spiteful.
Ask the question.
Why are you sitting? Hey, Kevin. Hey, D23. Hope you're all having a great time. I just wanted to check in, just totally unprompted, and just wondering if you might need some help.
And this is it's a D23, right? So if they're going to be playing this, a D23, they're not going to be playing just some random, obviously this is all staged, the whole thing. It's the promotional side of things and
Rounding
out
the
cast.
rounding out the cast? Dude, they've got like 28 people. Why are they?
it looks like he's lost a lot of weight.
Golden ones were special.
We're not special.
Now follow the fucking script.
Okay. So anyway, if you guys need some help rounding out the cast, I'd love to join. And I don't know, I might be able to convince Ryan to appear in Avengers Doomsday, but no pressure. I hate you so much, man.
I know, me too.
There you go. That's the I don't know. They're obviously planning something. There may be something a lot more that's going on that we don't know about. That's the point. These things don't happen by accident. But what did happen? Oh, let me do the which one is it here? That's the one. DC's the one. Si, senor. Si. So, yeah. So this is the new. Oh, what's going on? Oh, there we go. This is the new Doomsday trailer. I'm not sure if you saw it, so I thought there's a few things that I think are important on this. Overall, I don't mind this trailer. It's the first trailer. It's the first time, and I have been a Doomsday pessimist. I have not believed that this entire storyline, obviously it came out of the fact that they messed up the last 5 or 6 years so bad. And Kevin Feige had to scramble and say, I got to go back to old man Iron Man. And there's a very good chance, here's what I think, there's a very good chance that we will see Iron Man from his 60-year-old to a 70-year-old. We'll see Tony Stark as an old guy Tony Stark. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see, I don't know which actors and which characters are going to come along, but this, I think, will ultimately boil down to, after Secret Wars, Tony Stark and Iron Man somehow, however they arrange it, is going to be coming back. I don't know if Chris Hemsworth and Thor or... Look, Chris Evans had better take anything he can get because he's not really whooping it up. The only role he has ever been good at is Captain America. So you better get that shield back somehow. But we'll see. I think I don't know. Look, there's a lot worse ways that the MCU could have went. And the way it was going into the toilet bowl. At least this is showing that there might be some hope. This is the first trailer that I thought there might be some hope.
Victor was always the smartest guy in every room. He used to be different. He used to be kind, he used to be caring.
I mean, we just missed Magneto there. I mean, he is, what is he, 86, 87? He's old, right? I mean, he looks like he's like, holy jeez. I guess maybe that's what keeps you young. I think this is his end as Magneto, though, right? I think his number is up in Doomsday.
And then everything he loved was taken from him.
Yeah, you need motivation. So the number one thing in screenwriting, if you're going to have characters that are on one side or the other, you need to have motivation. Motivation that the audience believes in. If you don't believe in the motivation, everything falls apart. It doesn't matter. It's all deals with the motivation. And that's with the internal conflict and the external conflict of the protagonist. And ironically, we might have Doctor Doom as the antagonist and in some weird way as also the protagonist.
I knew he was lost, but I did not realize that he was broken.
Victor, did you do this? All of you have lived, stolen lives. But now you must give them back.
Answer me, Victor! Did you do this? I swear, you will beg for hell.
And you see, that's the question that is the common thread through this trailer. Did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? So obviously he has done something pretty major. I know all the rumors are out there in terms of what Doctor Doom has done. Have you done this? Did you do this? Is this what you did? We got short-haired Thor. Short-haired Thor. I don't know how many people like short-haired Thor. I prefer my Thor with long hair. But this is basically a display of power, which is good. And you want that, right? How powerful is our antagonist? Well, we'll take a look.
Long before I grunt it.
Hell answers to me. For I am Doom.
So a lot of people, there you go, guys. There you go. That's the trailer. So a lot of people have talked about how dark it felt, sort of the lighting and everything like that. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. A lot of people have talked about the CGI. What I find a lot of the times, people just need something. A lot of especially YouTube, they just need something to complain about, something to bitch about, and that's true. There's plenty to complain about and plenty to bitch about. But I think overall, the feel of this trailer is not bad. It's not the best trailer, but it's obviously something that they want to get out there. It's something that Doctor Doom has done. Doctor Doom has done something big. What ultimately happens at the end of the day with Doomsday, I don't know. Nobody knows until we see it. But this trailer, at the very least, this trailer has given me a little bit more. Okay, maybe there's a little bit of hope for this, for the MCU. Maybe there is, because and the whole idea of bringing back all these uber expensive actors looks like desperation, right? Because without them, what do you got, right? Without Robert Downey Jr., without Chris Hemsworth, without Chris Evans, without all these characters, what do you got? Nothing. You got what, Ironheart? You're going to do the Young Avengers? Oh my God, could you imagine the Young Avengers? They got nothing. It's a sad reflection of the state of the MCU. And it really is as simple as that. It doesn't go much further than that, my friends. That is a matter of fact. That is true. Oh, geez. I forgot to turn that on. There we go. So, yeah, that is... where am I... Oh, there it is. There we go. Yeah. So I know a lot of the people, like a lot of the comments... a lot of people thought Doom stopping Stormbreakers were ridiculous. Well, I mean, it's superhero stuff. You're not using the laws of physics here. Doombreaker itself doesn't deal with the laws of physics. I love physics. I love science. RDJ's accent sounds like Dracula. I think it's actually not bad. I think Robert Downey Jr.'s accent is the last thing that you can complain about because I don't think it's bad. You're reaching. It looks like you're reaching if you're going to be complaining about his. I think the accent's actually pretty good. I do. Too many characters automatically means a cameo fest? Yes, it does. Look, it just looks like desperation, right? It looks like desperation. How do you qualify the storyline and all the characters, all the money, everything? Because the last 5 years is basically thrown into the toilet. And I think Kevin Feige, in a way, he's admitted it. Look, the last 5 years is toilet bowl worthy. You know, we got nothing. We're bringing back 2019, right? That's what they're trying to skip the few years to try and make some sort of a storyline that they could. I think the word reboot. He doesn't like the word reboot, but restart. Is that the word restart? The MCU. And I wouldn't be surprised if 2 or 3 main characters, which is anchored by Robert Downey Jr. in a new 10-year run where Robert Downey Jr. basically becomes old man Tony Stark somehow. We'll see how they figure it out story-wise. But I think that's where they're going. Doom wasn't built up for 10 years, so nobody will care. I disagree. Robert Downey Jr. will put ass in seats. Chris Evans on the prospects of him becoming Captain America. I think they'll save that until Secret War. We'll put ass in seats. And a lot of people say the CGI looks too polished. I don't know what that means. Like, it's all CGI. Like, you can't do practical effects. I don't think the CGI was bad at all. Was it perfect? I don't know what perfect CGI even is. Did it look real? Yeah, it looked real. Looked okay to me. So that's what I would say. There's lots to complain about, and it's almost like in some cases, I can't believe I'm defending Doomsday, right? I'm fucking defending it. Me? Holy shit! I'm like always been the biggest critic. But I think when you hear just some things that are like, holy geez, you're freaking reaching. The CGI is not that bad. It's not. The lighting is not that bad. It's not. Probably the settings on your TV or your computer monitor are the ones that are like messed up a little bit. The original X-Men are too old. Yeah, that's true. That's why they're going to kill them and get rid of them. That's why they got a new X-Men casting, which we'll probably talk about on Thursday. So, Scotty, maybe someone should do a movie about Stormbringer. D&D Power Sword Blue Oyster Cult had a song about it. That's right. Scotty, I don't know. I was actually thinking about this today. Are we superheroed out? Are we superheroed out? Like, I'm thinking about this fatigue stuff. I'm like, can I do so? Just like phases 1, 2, and 3 in the MCU, can I deal with 3 more phases of Robert Downey Jr. and the same old MCU kind of stuff? Is this what is this what's going to happen? We're gonna get Robert Downey Jr. plus a couple of main characters, then a whole but like Elena and all these other characters that we don't care about. Bring back John Walker, right? That's what you do, is you bring back freaking John Walker. Yeah. And bring back Bucky, the old Bucky from the from the original 3 Captain America movies. That's the Bucky you want, right? No, obviously characters got to change. Not that exact Bucky, but that kind of same, the same sort of intensity, the same sort of. You don't want this docile Bucky that was in Thunderbolts. We want the old Bucky back. Bring back the old Bucky. So. Everything is getting burnt out. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's no original thinking. That is exactly it. Scotty, you're nailing it. Or creative. Buddy, my friend, you're nailing. You know what? Nail hammer. Nail hammer. You're hitting it right on the head. That is the problem. It's like, I'm really starting to think, and that's what you think. Do you want another 10 years of Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man? I don't think I'm that interested. I don't think that. You've got to get some charismatic actors to find. I don't know. I don't even know what the future of cinema is, or what movies and TV is. It's not looking great. Yeah, we've had a few okay movies, but if you take away Spider-Man: Brand New Day and the Odyssey, which was garbage. I mean, it was a terrible movie. The Odyssey was an absolutely terrible movie. Spider-Man: Brand New Day. We'll touch on that on Thursday to see. I mean, it's doing well. It'll probably be at 2.1, 2.15, almost 2.2 billion by Thursday. But you got to think, I am tired. I honestly, today I really felt that, oh my God, could you imagine 10 more years of Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man? Really? Really? Just grab some old books and start there. Maybe. I don't know if there's some old franchise. I don't know what the answer. I don't know. Hollywood used to be so good at creating new stories, right? New franchises. We've got a Pirates of the Caribbean 6 that might be coming back with old man Johnny Depp. Would I like to see that? Yeah, I would. I would like to see old man Johnny Depp do one more. I want to see Johnny come back and take a little, skin off the backs of Hollywood. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. So, but anyway, I think we will leave it at there tonight, my friends. Scotty, it was always a pleasure. Thank you very much. Prost, skol, cheers, salud, all that kind of stuff. Cheers. Ooh, a little bit of red wine on a Tuesday night during the dog days of summer. I do remember Vincent Price. Of course I do. What did I see Vincent Price on? Oh, I watched the Michael movie. I didn't go see the Michael movie in theaters. I watched the Michael movie yesterday or the night before. I really liked the Michael movie. I did. It was better than I thought. Oh my God, it was much better than I thought it was going to be. I think the guy who played Michael should win an Oscar. He was amazing. Maybe I'll talk about that more on Thursday. Maybe I will. So, Scotty, you have yourself a great evening, my friend. I'm back tomorrow on Dimension Zero Live. And then on Thursday, we're going to be back for POPRAGEOUS again, for POPRAGEOUS Live on Thursday night. These dog days, man, we got to get out of these dog days of summer and get back to our regular schedule. I think we do. I think we will. Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. He was one of the greats, right? He was one of the greats. Vincent Price absolutely was. So, Scotty, hopefully you will see you tomorrow night on Dimension Zero. Looking forward to that. Lots to talk about on the sci-fi front. And Thursday on POPRAGEOUS. Salute, my friend, or prost, as you like to say. And we will see you tomorrow and Thursday. My name is Danny Alex, and this is POPRAGEOUS.